So the book I'm going to review today is We Need New Names by NoViolet Bulawayo. This book was published in May of 2013. It has 304 pages and it has 650 ratings on Goodreads. So this book is pretty much follows a girl from Zimbabwe. She's around 10. Her name is Darling. It's just her living with, I guess, her grandmother at first. All of the children that she hangs out with are like a little gang, and they're so hungry that they go around to like the richer neighborhoods and steal guavas. That's just what they do. They're that poor and they're that hungry, and that's just a game that they play. And it's kind of interesting where you realize how they just take this harsh reality, just like, it's every day, that type of thing. And it's just an everyday thing for them. And even though they're children, they realize and are aware of a lot more than one would think children are aware of. They're aware of, even though they don't have like the exact names or all the experiences and maturity to add extra veneer on certain things, they are very well aware of their country isn't a big player. They have this game called Country, and a country is the United States or England, and then like just like their country isn't a country, and they know that other countries have other much more power than their country, and they always project their ideas of what it will be like to live in a country, namely the US. Even like how they know how to act. They know how to act when the BBC comes or National Geographic comes. They know what these publications want to see, so they do it without even actually being in the countries that are seeing their images. They are aware of what is wanted of them or what people respond to. And so I think it's very interesting how aware all these children are. The first half is really, really good. It seems more present. You see everything, even though they're children, even though you're looking at the reality from, the vocabulary of, not like the vocabulary of a child, but like from the perspective of a child. Like, that they don't know the term for AIDS, but they know that this person's very sick and they have the sickness that people don't want to associate with them anymore. It's kind of disturbing, like the reality of these kids. So, but at the same time, that part of the book seems more present. But when suddenly Darling goes to the United States, it seems like she's in a fog, or the narrative takes a different turn where it's disconnected. Suddenly, Darling, who was very vibrant and had, like familial connections and connections with her friends back in Zimbabwe, suddenly in the United States, she's not only disconnected from her family and friends, but also her culture. Grows up, for the rest of the time she grows up in the United States, and she just loses touch. And I think that's really what the second half of the novel feels like. She just loses touch with really everything, and reading it, you feel like you're kind of drifting, and nothing seems too real. It just seems like there's even one sequence where you're wondering who's speaking. It has like the analogy of like a tree that's uprooted. It's slowly withering away, and wondering who they would be without their culture and to root them. And maybe that's why they're suffering so much. It seems like they're suffering so much, at least in the United States, where they feel like they should be thriving because that's not their land, their culture, and they just feel so alienated. So I did really like this book. I definitely will read more things by NoViolet Bulawayo. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I do have to admit that the second half was, you did disconnect a little bit from it. I definitely do recommend it. It is definitely promising for a new novelist. I also want to read her short story that I think got shortlisted for the Pulitzer. It's her short story won awards, and it was with the same main character and her friend. That was my review of We Need New Names by NoViolet Bulawayo. Guess talk to you guys later. Bye.